We're taking a look today at Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. It's officially available, but it has also been available for a long time, for months and months and months. I gotta say, these kind of soft releases are kind of uneventful. I'm Andrew Reiner, everyone. This is Game Informer's Test Chamber, and I got a big fan of the game, Daniel Tack here. How you doing, sir?
How's it going? I'm doing great.
Good. I see you have a pack of cards to open that you must have purchased recently.
Oh, I do. I guess we should see what's in there.
We might have forced your hand into purchasing that, so let's open it.
So the pack opening process is kind of cool in this game.
And this is developed by Blizzard Entertainment.
So you can actually check the rarity of a card by hovering over it before you flip it over, which is kind of interesting. See, we don't have any shine on these cards, unfortunately. So that's rare. And that's rare.
Two.
So
that's a good
rares.
pack.
Not really.
That's a great pack. So what do you think?
I'd say overall this is a pretty bad pack.
Sorry for wasting your money.
It's all right.
Are you angry?
No, see, one of the cool things about this game is that cards you don't need, you can turn into dust. And then you can make the cards you do want.
So you're going to blow them up.
See, now I can make pretty much anything I want.
What are you going to make?
I don't really need anything right now.
Come on.
But if I did, you know... No, really, I don't need anything.
This is in-game currency that you use to buy that pack of cards. It was, what, 100 gold or whatever their currency's called.
You get gold pretty slowly by just playing matches, and you also get a big gold trickle from doing quests. As you can see right here, I've got a quest here to play 20 minions that cost 5 or more, and I'll get 40 gold for that.
All right. Well, let's just go play a match against someone.
Sure.
Let's just go into play. And then we'll check out Arena.
Yeah, Arena's definitely one of the coolest things. Absolutely. What do you want to play? Pick one of these.
Which one?
So
which one's your worst?
I don't know. I don't have a worst.
You're so difficult. Just pick whatever one you're most comfortable with.
Warcraft.
We'll go with the Warlock then.
Ooh, the Warlock. Okay, this is going to be a fast deck, probably.
Good.
I'm not sure what I put in here.
So you and Andy McNamara are two big players.
That's right, I think. I know we have a bunch of dabblers.
Have you played against him yet?
I have not.
We should set that up.
That might be interesting.
I think that would be awesome. I don't think Andy would go for it. It'd probably end with someone getting fired, but
yeah, and it would be me.
Yeah, it would, because I would just put all the blame on you, just point at you the whole time.
I must protect the wild. Your soul shall be
Okay, so in Hearthstone, as you see, we have very clear casting costs on cards up here in the upper left corner of each card. And it's a real streamlined system. Like the first turn, we're going to have 1 to use. The second turn, we're going to have 2, and then 3, and all the way up to 10. There's no difficult resource management at all.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what strategies you're going to play here.
Well, see, this is a Warlock deck, so it's in general, the Warlock lends itself to being very fast and aggressive with low casting cost cards. As you see, the hero power, which every hero has a different one, of the Warlock is to draw a card and take 2 damage. So I hurt myself, but I can continually replenish my resources. So if you're playing a deck that wants to put out a lot of threats, which this deck does, I can refill those threats in case my opponent destroys them all. So the Druid has his effect over there that he can use anytime for 2 mana.
Okay. All right.
So this guy's a little aggressive. He does 2 damage, and he only has 1 life. But when he dies, he hits the opponent. So he's, again, you want to play as many aggressive small threats as possible in a Warlock deck. Or some Warlock decks.
And what's the rarity on that guy?
He is common. You can see the little crystal on the card.
Well, let us know when you throw something that's... okay, the crystal. Okay, we'll know then.
The little gem in the center.
Right.
Orange is legendary.
Right. Very, very typical RPG conventions for that then. Okay. Now, what are you going to do with this?
I'm probably just going to remove that.
Okay.
See, this card is kind of useful in a couple ways. It can destroy a minion or beef up your own. I don't know if this deck has many legendaries or epics in it. It's kind of a faster deck. We'll see how it ends up doing. Oh, maybe it has a few. But that card would normally not be found in this deck, just so you know. That's not a card that's usually in a Warlock deck.
So why are you throwing him out there? I like, seriously, be like a sportscaster. What are your plays here?
Well, honestly, right now, there's nothing complicated going on. I'm just playing my hand. There's no strategy involved in anything going on at this point.
You're just throwing cards.
Well, my hand really... The game gets more complex as the mana ramps up.
I must safeguard the land.
Uh-oh.
Generally, when the game starts, you're only going to have a few plays you can make. But as it gets on and on, there are more. Wow, I guess I do have some big cards in here. I don't know if we're going to get to play them, though.
Why?
We might be... They're expensive.
Think you're going to die?
Yeah.
Daniel, you're the expert.
I am, but this is not my expert deck.
Okay, good. See, you said I could just pick anything.
You could.
I wanted you to pick a good one.
Hey, we might win. We'll see if we can get this. My hand right now, if we can get up there and
I will
if we
be
survive.
very, very, very disappointed if we don't win.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
I'm throwing that at you. And I think our video producer, Jason A. Striker, will be very upset as well.
We're going to reshoot unless Jiraxis is played.
Well, it looks like my opponent's playing a really traditional last season Druid deck.
Oh, no.
Which could be dangerous for us.
What turn is this?
We're on 5. We'll see what we can get going here.
And this game right now is just on PC, right? But it will
PC
be
and
coming, Mac. PC and Mac, but it will be coming to tablets as well, right?
Yeah, tablets and mobile, yes.
That'll be cool.
Absolutely. It really lends itself to that. If you look at this, most of this can be done with touch. There's no complex controls at all.
Are upon us.
You got to get rid of that deer guy.
We're going to get... Well, actually, the deer guy's not the big problem. As you can see, he's only a 2/4.
Yeah,
We're more
he's just kinda
concerned about the
staring at
4/5. Which we will remove next turn. Actually, now I don't know if I want to since he's only got 1 health left.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, this guy's really coming at us, isn't he? All right.
You're just toying with us, right?
No.
You're going to do some crazy stuff.
If I survive long enough, yes. That's the goal right now, is I need to drag this game out to 9 because I have 2 insanely powerful cards at 9. Jiraxis is one of them, yes. Now my opponent is going to try to stop me from doing that.
And you played this, when it was, what was it, in the alpha and then beta?
Closed beta and open beta.
Okay, so those two, this is the finished one. What have you noticed is a little different?
They've added some things, but honestly, this is a lot like open beta was.
So they just clicked a button or just sent a press release that said, hey, it's legit?
For practical purposes, yes. Oh, man. Well, this is an incorrectly made Warlock deck, and I'm going to lose because these are in here.
Where shall I strike?
They're all too expensive, and as you can see here, he's going to have me dead before I can play any of them.
We don't know that.
I do.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
We do. Yeah. There really isn't any way out of this.
Karate Kid, the Black Stallion, any play like that?
It won't do anything. All right, yeah, it will look cool.
You just killed yourself.
Yeah, I am dead. He's really good, but not in the situation that we were in.
Quick, disconnect.
You can do that. That would be a loss, though.
That drives me just bonkers, just nuts. Like when I'm reviewing the MLB games, there'll be times where I'll get to like inning 8 against someone and then they'll disconnect.
Sure, we're playing ranked though, so if they want to disconnect, that's fine. Just saves you time. So that's your standard game. The Warlock.
Okay, that's another loss to Daniel.
Another big one. Yes. So one of the cooler aspects of Hearthstone is this arena function.
Let's not play like the Chicago Cubs, Daniel, and let's win.
Win
the arena.
Absolutely.
Win it all.
So you can either buy in with $2 or in-game currency, which is what we're going to do.
And you're going to be broke.
Yeah, but you'll get prizes by playing this. So the first thing you do is you pick your hero.
I'm not picking anything for you. It's all on you.
All right, well, we're going to go with the Paladin because I feel it's very strong in Arena. He has good weapons and good spells.
I will fight with honor.
So now we do a series of picking one of 3 cards, and then we build a deck with these, and then we play in a tournament setting with these cards.
Okay. Still, I'm not picking anything for you.
You don't have to. So we opened up a legendary on our first pick here. Some people would take Deathwing here, but I think the Black Knight is probably the best draft pick we have available to us.
And why is that?
He can destroy a taunt creature when he comes into play. So that's a defensive creature that kind of protects you.
Looks like Azrael from Batman.
Oh, I guess we'll take him then.
Daniel,
He was actually the best pick of the pack.
Okay, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So we got this rather uninteresting 2/7. We've got this freezing element. As you can see, there's lots of stuff from Warcraft here, but it does not require any knowledge of World of Warcraft or Warcraft to enjoy the game. So here's a creature with taunt. So they kind of, sort of like in an MMORPG, the enemies have to go through the taunt creatures before they can get to you.
That guy too. Ooh.
Yeah, these are rather lackluster though, so we're going to take this.
And how many? You get 30 cards. You got to draw 30
cards. You build
cards.
a full deck.
Okay.
And you don't keep these cards, but you play with them for the entire tournament, which is until you get 12 wins or 3 losses, whichever comes first.
So it'll make you want to get a specific card if you really find it useful, and then try to want to get it in your decks or whatever, right?
The decks you play here are going to be generally a lot different than what you play out in constructed play, but certainly you do see some of that. This guy is just really good. We've already got 1. 2's good, even though he costs 7. So you want to try to strike a balance when you're building here to get a nice curve going.
Right.
So that you've got something to play every turn. Wow, another legendary. And this time we got a really good one. This guy's a monster.
Tyrion!
He is extremely tough to bring down in a draft environment.
Sorry, I had to chime in with that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Paladin decks.
Yeah.
And I really like Arena because it functions a lot like a draft in Magic. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but and as Dan pointed out, the constructed decks are very kind of formulaic. You'll see a lot of plans for decks out there, so you see the same kind of stuff. But in Arena, it's completely random.
Right, you just continue to pick what you think is the best card for your deck of the 3.
And I should point out, before Daniel came to Game Informer, he worked with Forbes and did a lot of collectible card game coverage. Not just video game, versions of it, but also the actual cards, Magic, and all that stuff.
That's right, and this is definitely one of the best digital implementations I've seen of a card game to date.
And it's free?
It is free, and you can play Arena and work up to Legendary tier as a free player. And, that was contested originally, and then some players said, we're going to do this, and they did that. So it's completely possible to be a competitive player without putting a dime down. Will it take a little bit more effort? Probably. So now we're just fleshing out the deck with basic cards. I mean,
How do you feel about this so far?
I feel pretty confident.
Got a good curve.
This is looking pretty good so far.
Good stuff.
You're almost done.
Almost, yeah.
Lots of tough choices so far.
These are tough choices I like because these are really strong stuff. Yeah, this deck is looking really
Manipulator.
good. It's tough. I mean, yeah, I could Manipulator on Tyrion. That's the dream, right? But
Live it. Or Guardian.
Big Game Hunter is also very nice. Yeah, I think okay. We're gonna go for the dream.
Let's do it.
So you're instantly in, and unlike some other games where you have to sit around and do the entire tournament in one sitting, you can actually come back to this whenever you feel like it. So I can play one round now, log off for a week, and continue later on.
That's awesome.
Your prize payout is based on how well you do. If you can get even somewhere between 4 to 6 wins, you can just kind of chain this. So continuing winning packs and prizes off the same entry fee.
For doom I will fight with honor.
Yeah, all the Warcraft lore is really, really thick. And in fact, you can even mess around with the board too, which we'll do in a second. It's just got a lot of flavor in it.
Job done.
So as you're waiting your turn, you can be
Right, you can
messing around with stuff.
You can hit the coconuts,
Interact with coconuts. That's a first.
turn that around. there's a lot of, each board has different interactions you can have.
That's kind of cool. Nice little touch.
Yeah, all cosmetic, but just add a little bit more life to the game.
All right, what's he thinking about?
Well, that's much harder to say here than it is in Constructed. In Constructed, as Jason pointed out, you can kind of know what your opponent's doing after a few plays.
Where's the timer? Is there a timer for?
There is a timer, but it's not shown on screen. You get enough time to take your turns.
Job done.
As you can see, we're playing against a shaman, so he can summon random totems. It'll be 1 out of 4 different totems. He's got the healing one down now. See, this is a weapon, so not every class. We didn't pick up any, which is surprising as a paladin, but there weren't any available.
That was a one-time use.
No, it's just resting now. It gets a couple more uses.
Oh,
of that.
okay.
He actually swings like he was a character, and I've just beefed up this character substantially, so it's very dangerous now since it's going to keep creating imps as well as being a threat by itself. So he's put out a taunter.
I like that.
So I've got to go through him first. Now he's wondering what to attack with his weapon. As you can see, he took a point there too because the imp hit him back.
Okay.
So we have a convenient spell here that just popped in our hand, so this will take care of the taunter.
See you, Grizzly.
Ooh, that's gonna make him angry, right?
He's not. He's going to be losing a lot of health here, so he's about half dead.
Yeah, he's pretty upset.
This will be a big turn for him if he can take out my my imp master.
Do you know how many cards are in the the launch?
Oh, it's somewhere around 400.
Wow.
I'm not exactly sure. Maybe 300. It's somewhere between 300 and 400. It's one set. It's a pretty big core set to start with, and
Yeah, comparatively, like what's a Magic core set?
well, the thing is, you look at this. This is the whole game though right now. So with Magic, you have a huge just pool to draw from, even with smaller sets.
Yeah, when it launched, like what was so like 100, something like that?
It was a smaller launch set. If we're talking about alpha, sure. But a set these days is going to run you about 300 cards.
Wow.
Small set around 150, depending. So he did destroy our big creature, which keeps him in the game. But he's certainly not out of the...
If we let's see, 1 imp on the totem, 1 on the chick in the middle, you can do consecration, wipe out everything.
Yeah.
But that'll just clear the board.
I think I'm okay with that, actually. We have the late game kind of tied up here.
Yeah.
So.
Reporting for duty.
He's got to be really angry.
I don't know if he's angry.
No,
but
he's
here,
furious.
We can make him angry.
Furious.
Thank you.
Oh,
What a jerk.
dude.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's one of the interesting things in this game. There's no direct communication with your opponent. They wanted to take out any kind of... They wanted to stop toxicity before it happens. Yeah, wow. That's just mean. So he's coming down next turn, and I don't think this guy's going to have any answers.
Job done. Well played.
So that's about the meanest thing you can say to somebody, which is...
That is so asinine. Like before the game's ended, you hear this like super sarcastic, well played.
Well, sure, you can. There's, in another game though with typing and communication, you could be a lot
It could
worse.
be a lot worse,
Yeah.
but I think this is worse. It's so passive aggressive. Makes me feel really bad about myself.
I am sorry.
Daniel.
Tyrion!
Faith in the light.
Dun, 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 dun.
As you can see, he comes in with a rather epic.
How much have you played, Jason?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, I could tell.
Tons and tons.
Yeah, he's got strategies. Really quick too. He was just looking at it like, do this.
And this guy's just vicious. I mean, sure, he could have a hex or something, and he could destroy him, but it's unlikely.
Yeah, you could cheap him or something. But
Yep.
even after he dies, even after they get through the Divine Shield,
Right.
he turns into a weapon that you can use 3 times for
Yes.
5 damage. So that's like almost 15 damage on the board after he's dead.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
He's ridiculous. I love him. He was my first legendary.
We were very lucky to grab him in this arena.
Yeah.
He's kind of trying to figure out what he can do to survive.
He's
at
got 1 health.
He's at, yep. So there's not much.
Oh, it's over.
He's probably got no. Yeah, there's
He's
no.
probably
way.
clicking stuff on the board. Whoa.
He gave up.
And there you have it.
Well played, sir. And
So-
Jason.
Well played
yeah.
to you.
And there we go. We have 1 win, so we have a 1-win key. And at the end of the whole series, you turn your key in and unlock your prizes.
All right, keep going.
Okay,
Yeah, 1 more.
here we go again.
Let's go. Let's go.
see what
I'm
happens.
into this.
I wonder what
So
we'll
there
get.
was something in the beta, maybe it was the early beta, where it always found the same thing.
It still does.
Okay.
You're always going to get a worthy opponent. The rest are kind of just there for humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. That's people were saying like, is that ever going to change?
Luther versus Anduin.
Oh, so we're up against a priest.
Shall bring victory. I will fight with honor.
So we have Tyrion in our hand. I mean, we're going to keep him, but it's kind of maybe not the right thing to do just because he costs 8. I mean, it's going to be a while before we can use him.
But you're gonna.
Right, and that's where the hero powers come in. If you're ever like lacking a drop or anything, your hero power can sort of fill that spot. It might not be ideal, but it makes sure you're not without a play at any time. And ours actually makes a 1/1 creature, which is nice.
What was that?
It's just it's a 1/1 with a shield on it. So it can take 1 hit without taking any damage.
Right.
See, all we're going to do is pop that bubble.
I know. Kind of sad, but I didn't have any other turn 1 play that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I really want to save my coin to get Tyrion out on 7 if I can. So here we are. We've got 2. Just sort of a boring play. And that's how it usually starts. Things don't get excited. Things get more exciting as the game goes on.
With the bigger cards.
Yep. And as you can see, we've got stuff to interact with here.
Pop some melons. There we go.
Yeah, this you can actually. There's a pretty big game with these over here.
But pay attention to what's happening.
Oh, I
worry
am.
about the melon.
We're trying to get boots here.
Are those beets?
They are.
Carrots? Wow.
I'm actually not worried about priests too much. They're really slow getting out the gate usually. They have some pretty good combos, but I'm really not worried about them till late game. Now they do get one of the crazier spells in the game, Mind Control, which can take any of your opponent's creatures, but it costs 10 to play. So that's actually a concern for Tyrion, but he'll be out 3 turns prior to him being able to use that. So, in fact, maybe even sooner if our summoner stays out.
I'm not sure this guy knows what he's doing.
I'm willing to agree there.
Jason, how's Daniel playing?
Oh, he's doing fine.
Okay.
I may have brought out the loot hoarder sooner or something just to get some. No,
Oh,
no,
yeah?
no, no. It's
Yeah, I really want to get Tyrion. I
Yep.
can get Tyrion out real fast with if this goes well. We'll see.
So what other card games would you say are... What would be the number 2 that if people are going to... if they really enjoy this?
Well, obviously Magic the Gathering and Magic the Gathering Online.
Well, there's a ton of those, right? Like
Sure.
even on console.
You've got Duels of the Planeswalkers, which is an excellent introductory experience to that game.
bless him. Bless him. Yeah. That's a great buff.
It is. It's monstrous.
Daniel.
Yeah, he's not in good shape. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of options here.
You know who that probably is? I'm guessing that's probably Phil Kohler.
It probably is.
He plays this a lot. That's an ex-Game Informer editor.
Horribly, I might add.
No, but there's tons of digital card games coming out this year, or are in some stage of early access or open beta.
Yeah, you wrote a piece on the website about how it's kind of the next big thing, right?
Yeah, this is a huge market that the big guys are just getting into.
All right. We got to do one more.
Why not? I could play this all day.
Oh, okay, we're gonna go again.
And then we'll see what you unlock.
Well, we're not gonna be done. You play until you get 3 losses, so
Oh. Well, never mind.
we just won't be doing it all here.
We'll just see who this guy is.
I'm sure it's a mage.
You know, yeah, it could be anything. We'll see. But there's lots of other great titles out there. Duel of Champions is Ubisoft's, and theirs is pretty good. And it's in the Might and Magic series, also free to play. I mean, most of them are. And then you've got Soulforge, also an interesting choice. Definitely my mobile favorite right now.
I will fight with honor.
Okay.
Justice
Same one.
demands retribution.
You could call it a mirror match, but this is Arena, so you never
Right.
know what they're going to be playing.
He is Best Jax BR, which I'm assuming is a League of Legends reference.
This guy's going to be good.
We'll see about that.
It's a decent starting hand, yeah.
Yeah, it's solid. I've got a good ramp, and these 2 cards combine nicely.
Yep.
And he's going to probably run into my Noble Sacrifice with that guy, which is nice.
All right,
This
we
is
got
sort of
to
a-
play this through.
This is sort of a trap. A couple classes have these. They sort of trigger when Hearthstone doesn't have interaction with your opponent's turn. So the way they got around that was by creating these sort of trap cards that do stuff during your opponent's turn only.
Drink with me, friend.
It actually really streamlines things. You know, in Magic the Gathering or something like that, there's instants and interrupts and stuff like that, and it gets a little convoluted, confusing, but
This makes it so games and turns are just so much faster because there isn't a priority chain to go through.
Put this apple on your
another
head.
thing, I love knife jugglers. Another
very
thing that
good
really
card.
adds to the flow is just the persistent damage. You know, in other games, you know, your enemies or your characters will like heal after every turn or something, but
Yes.
damage is persistent throughout
Give me
rounds.
that.
Yeah, I love that. It seems like all the artwork is kind of unified, right?
Ye-
Like the actual sets that they released, you know, the physical versions of the World of Warcraft cards, where
Sure.
you know you'd have Penny Arcade art, and it was kind of all over the place, different artists.
Right.
Whereas I really like the sets that have the same style. You know, it looks like it's all supposed to be unified.
And we're probably going to see some really cool stuff coming out with the adventure mode and other things that they have planned in the future. They're going to have single-player experiences that you can go through to earn special cards called adventures. So it'll be sort of like PvE Hearthstone.
I got the best deals anywhere.
And we definitely want to get rid of that. We want to get rid of both those cards.
Do they have a date on that yet? Well, I guess this is Blizzard, but
Yeah, I'm sure it's soon. This is an interesting situation that we're in right now.
don't forget to click around the environment.
Well, we'll do that in a minute.
Yeah, after your turn. So what's the interesting situation?
Well, I had to make a decision here.
Join or die.
Let's see how it turns out. Let's see if I was right or wrong. See, this character right here is excellent for drawing cards. So I wanted to get a copy of my own. But I also wanted to get rid of his. He didn't use a spell, so he didn't get any card advantage out of it
Uh-oh.
yet. But, yeah. So that's okay. I'm actually completely okay with what just happened here.
I'm looking over at Jason, and he's kind of gritting his teeth a little bit.
It's just a rough situation to be in.
There's no cause for concern at this point. I'm actually up on him by cards, and I think I have a better board position, and I have a really nasty thing to do to him next turn. So
I hope you like my invention.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
that was unfortunate for us. Yes. He's got tricks up his sleeve, but he is out of cards. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, this is so satisfying.
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Right.
So that splits it up randomly. So it's
It's
he
random.
He got a good random.
So now he's really
spread.
upset.
It is random, but it will stop hitting a character after it's killed it. So he might be mad now. Yeah. He is out of cards. He has one left. Well, we're still pretty healthy on cards. I think I'm just going to play this guy raw, which is unusual.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have anything with taunt in
Yeah.
there. It would have been out already.
Well met.
Oh, jeez.
You'll see that a lot.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. Nothing important. The paladin doesn't have any really secrets that'll wreck you. They're all kind of small gains. Could be eye for an eye, so I'll attack with the 2-2 first. Or the 2-3.
Good thinking. Not eye for an eye.
Nope. I don't really care what it is then.
It's whatever kill creature is, I'll bet. Brings him back to 1 life.
Yeah, it's got to be, because the other one would have triggered already. And that leaves him pretty much in dire straits.
You're pretty good at this, Daniel.
I like to think so.
Yeah, click the bird.
The what? The bird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he looks at you.
No, look
Whoa.
at this. Man, he is not going down without a fight.
But he's
I
going
mean,
down
he's.
now.
I mean, yeah, he's done. But
Invincible.
that was well played.
Well played.
That's a respectful level.
All right. Well, that's Hearthstone. Again, it's out now, officially.
It's officially out.
And it's free. And, there's some pay-to-play kind of stuff. But as you said, you don't need to use it. You could just make in-game currency and
You'll
keep going that
gradually
way.
increase your collection over time, and if you're good at Arena, you can just keep going.
And obviously, like all collectible card games, it looks like they're going to keep adding onto this thing and making it bigger. Thanks, Daniel.
Yep.
And thanks, Jason.
Hey, you're
That
welcome.
was an unexpected strategist
Sorry,
over in the corner.
I really dig my Hearthstone, so I had to chime in.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching Game Informer's Test Chamber, and keep your eye on our site for more episodes.